Welcome back to Sir Boat's Yacht, the channel where we take you across the water one unique vessel at a time. Today we have something truly out of the ordinary, a boat that blends creativity, innovation and a touch of island-style simplicity into one floating experience. Meet the Seashed, a homemade raft that redefines what it means to build a boat from scratch. This isn't your traditional motor yacht, nor is it a classic sailboat or high-speed cruiser. It's a floating habitat built with recycled materials, ingenuity and a deep love for the water. And today we're going to take a deep dive into what makes the Seashed one of the most charming and thought-provoking boats we've ever reviewed. Let's start by talking about the Seashed's key features. Because at first glance it might look like a floating platform with a hut on top, but there's a lot more going on here. The first thing that stands out is the flotation system. Instead of a fiberglass hull or aluminum pontoons, the Seashed floats using dozens of large industrial plastic barrels secured beneath a wooden frame. These barrels are often used for storing liquids, but here they serve as incredibly buoyant pontoons. They're spaced evenly to balance the weight of the structure above, and they give the Seashed a stable platform to float on even in light chop. The deck itself is a flat wooden platform built from treated lumber. It's spacious enough for a small group of people to walk around comfortably and features rubber tires or fenders tied all around the edge. These tires act as bumpers to protect the raft from impacts with docks, rocks or other vessels, making docking safer and preventing structural damage. There's also a small wooden bench and several tie-down points across the platform which allow for securing gear or mooring lines. Now at the heart of the Seashed is the shed itself. This central cabin is built with corrugated metal sheets, forming an arching roof and side walls. It's a cross between a tiny house and a boat shelter, offering basic protection from the elements. The design is reminiscent of backyard tool sheds, but with some clever nautical adaptations. Inside you'll find space for storage, rest and even a bit of cooking, depending on how the owner has customized it. It might not be a luxury cabin, but it provides the essential comfort needed for day trips or short overnight stays on the water. One of the most interesting features of the Seashed is the mast setup. Even though there isn't a full sail rig in this particular version, the presence of a vertical mast with rigging ropes hints at future potential to add a sail or use it as a support for solar panels, flags or even a shade canopy. This speaks to the flexible nature of the boat's design. It's not a finished factory product, but rather a foundation that invites modification and personalization. Whether you want to fish, relax, cruise or camp on the water, the Seashed can be tailored to meet your needs. Now let's talk about the design. Because the Seashed may look simple, but it's packed with thoughtful touches. The platform is built with symmetry in mind, making it easy to balance the weight of passengers and gear. This is important because unlike V-shaped hulls or catamarans, there's no keel or deep structure to stabilize the boat. Instead, all balance has to come from how the weight is distributed over the barrels and platform. The structure uses rope and wooden beams to secure the vertical mast and corner posts, giving the boat additional rigidity and structure without adding much weight. This keeps the Seashed lightweight enough to be towed by a small boat or even disassembled and transported by trailer. The openness of the deck gives users 360-degree views and access to the water, which makes it great for swimming, fishing or docking at tight spots in marinas or riverbanks. The aesthetic is very much a combination of rustic charm and utilitarian practicality. The corrugated metal gives off a rugged survivalist vibe, while the bright yellow barrels and visible ropes add a playful DIY quality. It's a boat that tells a story. It tells you that someone built this with their hands, with purpose and with love for the water. And while it may not turn heads like a million-dollar yacht, it will absolutely draw attention from curious onlookers who want to know more. Moving inside the shed itself, we find the interior features of the Seashed, which are as unique as the exterior. While it varies depending on who built it, most Seasheds follow the same general principles. Inside, the space is kept open and versatile. Often the floor is just an extension of the deck platform, meaning you're working with a basic wooden surface. This can be covered with mats, carpeting or left plain for easy cleaning. Some Seashed owners add folding chairs, a small table or even hammocks for lounging. Others install shelves or bins to hold essentials like tools, fishing gear or kitchen supplies. If it's wired for power, you might find a battery setup, a solar inverter or even a small cooler or electric fan. The space isn't climate controlled, but the metal roof offers enough shade to stay cool and dry even under a hot sun. Lighting is usually solar-powered with LED strip lights or lanterns that charge during the day and provide just enough illumination at night. The focus here is not luxury but livability. It's about creating a cozy spot on the water where you can relax, nap, read a book, or enjoy a quiet drink with friends without the distractions of the modern world. It's a return to simple pleasures, and the Sea Shed nails that ethos perfectly. One of the most underrated features of the Sea Shed's interior is its acoustics. With the gentle lap of the water outside and the insulated quality of the shed's metal roof, the inside becomes a peaceful retreat. Noise from engines, waves, or even other people tends to be muffled, giving you a sense of calm and solitude. It's a great space for mindfulness or creativity, and some owners even use the space to write, paint, or play music. Performance-wise, the Sea Shed is not going to win any speed records, but it was never meant to. Its strength lies in stability and versatility. The barrel flotation system gives it an incredibly stable base, especially in calm lakes, harbors, or sheltered bays. This makes it perfect for slow cruising, short-distance exploration, or stationary anchoring. You can paddle it, motor it, or tow it behind a dinghy or larger boat. If a small outboard motor is attached, which many builders do, the Sea Shed can cruise at a gentle pace of 3 to 5 knots depending on conditions and weight. Even a trolling motor is enough to get it moving across flat water, and some builders rig up a small sail or wind-catching device for propulsion in breezy areas. It's not about efficiency, it's about function, getting you from A to B while enjoying the journey. One performance advantage that may not be immediately obvious is how well the Sea Shed handles load. With dozens of barrels providing buoyancy, it can support a surprising amount of weight. People, pets, supplies, furniture, even extra gear like paddleboards or bicycles can be loaded without drastically affecting performance. That said, distribution remains critical. Load it unevenly and you'll notice listing or drag, which is why many Sea Shed users take time to balance their gear properly.
Turning and maneuverability are naturally limited due to the flat hull design, but with good steering habits and low speeds you can guide the Sea Shed with confidence. Whether you're using an oar, a rudder, or motorized propulsion, it responds predictably as long as you're not in a hurry. This is a boat meant for leisurely afternoons, not tight docking races or high seas adventures. Where the Sea Shed truly shines is in its unique selling points, and that begins with its affordability compared to traditional boats which can cost tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. The Sea Shed can be built on a shoestring budget. Most of the materials are recycled or salvaged. The barrels can be sourced from industrial suppliers, the wood from construction leftovers, and the shed components from local hardware stores. This is a boat that invites you to think outside the box and reduce waste at the same time. It also scores big on sustainability, using recycled materials, solar power, and wind as potential energy sources. The Sea Shed leaves a tiny carbon footprint. Its low speed means minimal fuel use, and its lack of complex systems makes maintenance almost non-existent. If something breaks, you don't need a marine technician, just some tools, time, and a bit of YouTube know-how. Another major selling point is the lifestyle it encourages. Unlike fast-paced powerboats or luxury cruises, the Sea Shed asks you to slow down, to unplug and reconnect with nature. It's the kind of boat that becomes your floating cabin, your fishing hideout, your weekend retreat, or your off-grid escape. It's not just a means of travel, it's a destination in itself. Then there's the customizability. No two Sea Sheds are the same because each one is shaped by the personality and needs of its builder. Some are minimalist with just a shed and a chair, others are decked out with hammocks, solar showers, barbecue grills, or even rooftop gardens. You can add fishing rod holders, awnings, rainwater collectors, whatever suits your style. The Sea Shed is a canvas and the builder is the artist. In the world of boating, where brand names and status symbols often steal the spotlight, the Sea Shed reminds us that simplicity and creativity still have a place. The real value of this boat isn't in horsepower or luxury fittings, it's in the experience, the freedom to build, float, and explore on your own terms. Whether you're cruising a quiet lake, moored on a scenic bay, or just enjoying the gentle rock of the water, the Sea Shed delivers something money can't always buy: peace, authenticity, and joy. So whether you're an experienced boater looking for your next project, a weekend warrior hoping to get out on the water without breaking the bank, or someone who simply loves the idea of a floating cabin, the Sea Shed is worth your attention. It's an invitation to rethink what a boat can be, and a celebration of DIY spirit in its most buoyant form. Thanks for watching this review here on Houseboat Yacht. If you enjoyed learning about the Sea Shed, give us a like and don't forget to subscribe for more unique boats from around the world. We've got everything from luxury yachts to floating bathtubs coming your way. Stay curious, stay afloat, and we'll see you in the next one.